Farage versus Khan, a flashpoint that could reshape London's political landscape. A recent live television interview between Nigel Farage and Mayor of London Sadiq Khan has triggered a wave of national conversation, viral headlines, and intense political debate. What began as a routine policy discussion swiftly escalated into a strikingly raw exchange, one that many viewers have described as a defining political moment. The confrontation took place during a late-night current affairs program, filmed before a live studio audience. Farage, invited to discuss London's rising crime statistics and the mounting pressure surrounding the upcoming mayoral election, found himself seated opposite Khan, who was there to defend his record in office. The initial dialogue was measured and predictable, with both figures sticking to familiar talking points. However, the atmosphere quickly changed when Farage leaned forward and directly challenged the mayor with a piercing question. "Mayor Khan, do you honestly believe London is safer today than it was 5 years ago? And if so, what city are you living in?" The room fell silent. Khan appeared momentarily caught off guard. What followed was a flurry of sharp, fact-driven questions from Farage, focusing on knife crime, gang violence, and policing priorities. Referencing recent high-profile incidents, including a daylight stabbing in Cudden and muggings near Oxford Street, Farage pressed Khan on whether his administration's focus on progressive social messaging had come at the cost of effective public safety. One particular line quickly went viral. "You spend more time policing language than policing the streets, Mr. Khan. Londoners are afraid, not offended." Khan responded by citing increased funding for community policing, youth outreach initiatives, and the broader challenges of post-pandemic recovery. But for many viewers, the momentum of the exchange had already shifted. Clips of the moment began circulating on social media almost instantly. Within hours, they had accumulated millions of views, with hashtags like #FarageVersusKhan trending across platforms. A widely shared post on X, formerly Twitter, read, "Farage just asked the real questions. Khan had no answers." Another stated, "If this is what leadership looks like, London's in trouble." While public opinion is divided, even neutral analysts acknowledge the weight of the moment. One commentator noted, "This wasn't just a Farage moment. It was a London moment." Millions watching felt what he said, even if they don't agree with all his politics. Behind the headlines, the exchange highlights a deeper ideological divide. Farage has long accused Khan of being soft on crime and overly focused on image politics. Khan, for his part, continues to argue that long-term social investment, not punitive measures, is the key to safer communities. However, with crime rates stubbornly high and public confidence in safety waning, the mayor's narrative appears increasingly vulnerable. Adding to the intrigue is the timing. With the next mayoral election just months away, and despite not officially announcing his candidacy, Farage's recent visibility is prompting speculation. His pointed rhetoric and unfiltered style resonate with voters disillusioned by what they see as detached, overly cautious political leadership. A senior Labour councillor reportedly told a local radio station, "The mayor must stop underestimating Farage. He's connecting with people who feel completely ignored by London's political class." Indeed, the following morning in an East London cafe, Farage was approached by a lifelong Labour voter who told a journalist, "I've voted Labour all my life, but I don't feel safe anymore." And when Farage said that, he wasn't wrong. Critics argue Farage is a skilled provocateur, more adept at highlighting problems than offering viable solutions. But even they acknowledge that his message is cutting through in a way few others have managed. And in a political climate where public trust is fragile, that may prove consequential. This moment wasn't rehearsed or staged. It was an unscripted, emotionally charged exchange that left a lasting impression. Farage delivered directness. Khan struggled with nuance. And the public, more than anything, responded to the authenticity of the clash. What happens next remains uncertain. But one thing is clear. This encounter has shifted the political conversation in London, and perhaps even laid the groundwork for a far more unpredictable election season.